37-year-old Roby Severe is behind bars for fatally shooting one of his sisters and injuring another. At 10:31 a.m. on Wednesday the 23rd of August, authorities responded to a home at 1245 Charles Street in Pine Hills, Florida after Roby called 911 and admitted to shooting his sister. When deputies arrived, the surviving sister said the brother was mad at them about an electricity bill. Roby went to his bedroom and got a gun, and then forced his way into a different bedroom where his sisters were in, punched them, and hit them with a gun. When one of his sisters, 41-year-old Miguel Brown, tried to stand up, Roby fatally shot her in the head and left the room. Medics transported the other sister to hospital, where she suffered several lacerations to her head, which will likely cause permanent disfigurement. Roby admitted to detectives about what happened, and said the issues with his sister were an ongoing issue. The three siblings had already been embroiled in conflict over the house where they lived. Their mother left the house to the three of them when she died. 3 years ago, Roby and the surviving sister sued Miguel because they wanted to sell the house, but she wanted to keep it. The case has not yet been settled, and just last month Miguel was trying to buy a sibling's share of the house. Roby was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and aggravated assault. He's held at the Orange County Jail without bond. A year after a 5-year-old boy died from ingesting cocaine and fentanyl, deputies arrested his mother, 26-year-old Glendallis Godro Torres. Investigators said that Glendallis' son Hector Pandogis was found unresponsive in his home in Orange County, Florida in August of 2022 and later died at hospital. Toxicology reports found cocaine and fentanyl in the boy's system. Glendallis said that she did not know how that happened. Authorities later executed a search on her phone, which revealed that she was selling illegal narcotics out of her home. Deputies said that Glendallis failed to protect her son at home where drugs were stored, used and bought. On Tuesday the 22nd of August, Glendallis was taken into custody and charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child. She was held at the Orange County Jail but was released on a $15,000 bond shortly thereafter. 33-year-old Montre Deontay Jolie has been charged with fatally beating his 4-year-old cousin Keandre Sharma Jolie. At around 4:27 p.m. on the 28th of July, authorities responded to an apartment at 825 North 13th Street in Lafayette, Indiana on reports of a child having a seizure. When paramedics arrived, they found a young boy soaking wet and unresponsive on the floor. The boy's pupils appear constricted and another seam blown, which can be a sign of a head injury. Medics rushed Keandre to the Franciscan Hospital in Lafayette. He was then flown to Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis, but never regained consciousness and was pronounced dead on the 1st of August. Investigators at the residence discovered blood on the counter and sink in the bathroom, damage to the exterior of the bathroom door, bloodstains on multiple walls, and what appeared to be small blunts of marijuana. Montrell said that he was attempting to discipline the boy by forcing him to squat against the wall for a prolonged period. He allowed the child to use the bathroom, but became angry when the boy sat down to urinate instead of standing up. Montrell said that he then forced the boy to continue squatting, but later found him unresponsive on the floor, and attempted to resuscitate him by putting him in the cold water in the bathtub. About 20 minutes later he called 911. An autopsy revealed the boy had internal and external cuts, and he died from blunt force trauma to his head, and his death was ruled a homicide. On Friday the 25th of August, Montrell was charged with murder, neglect of a dependent resulting in catastrophic injury, aggravated battery and battery resulting in the death of a person less than 14 years old. He's also facing a charge as a habitual offender. He is on probation after a 2022 conviction for possession of meth. He's held at the Tippecanoe County Jail without bond. 51-year-old James Dunmore is behind bars after his girlfriend's body was found behind a cemetery more than a month after she went missing. James's 39-year-old girlfriend Alicia Watts was last seen on the 16th of July, leaving her home in Pamela Lorraine Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina, and driving her black Mercedes GLC 300. Alicia and James were supposed to attend a comedy show at the Bojangles Coliseum on the 16th of July. She also failed to show up for work after that night. She was reported missing on the 19th of July, but on the 18th of July police found Alicia's car in the Anson County DMV parking lot with James inside. He was found unconscious after attempting to take his life. Alicia was still nowhere to be found. On the 20th of July, investigators found a shell casing near James's house, which was from a 9mm handgun. Police returned to James's home on the 26th of July and seized clothing, cell phones, a camera, a laptop, a memory card and photographs as they investigated Alicia's disappearance. On Thursday the 24th of August, The Moore County Sheriff's Office released a statement saying Alicia's case was no longer considered a missing person investigation and has transitioned into a homicide investigation. Around the same time, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office announced they believe the remains of Alicia Watts have been located. Her body was discovered behind Norman Community Cemetery on Cemetery Road in Candor, about 70 miles from her home. Authorities believe James killed Alicia on the 16th of July. On the 25th of August, James was arrested and charged with murder. He's held at the Montgomery County Jail without bond. James has a previous criminal history that includes convictions for abduction, assault, battery and stalking. The investigation into the matter continues.